In this session, let us see some more aspects related to colloidal solutions, in particular which is part of surface chemistry, like electro-osmosis. Osmosis is a process of movement of solute particles and solvent particles from one concentration region to another concentration region. If the process of osmosis is carried out in the presence of external electrical field, then the process is called as electro-osmosis. In electro-osmosis, colloidal particles, they cannot pass through the semi-permeable membrane. Only solvent is allowed to pass through the semi-permeable membrane. This electro-osmosis is used for the purification of colloidal solutions. Coagulation or flocculation. Lephobic colloidal solutions in particular can easily be converted into suspensions by the addition of electrolytes. The process of conversion of colloidal solution into suspension by the addition of electrolytes is called as coagulation or flocculation, and the electrolyte used for the purpose is called as a coagulating agent or flocculating agent. Commonly used electrolytes are acids, bases or corresponding salts. The electrolyte consists of both positively charged part as well as negatively charged part. Depending on the charge of colloidal solution, either cationic part or anionic part of the electrolyte will come into picture, neutralize the charge, and as a result the colloidal solution will be converted into suspension. This process is called as coagulation. The efficiency of electrolyte to act as a coagulating agent or flocculating agent can be identified by means of rules known as Hardy-Schulze principles, according to which with increase in the magnitude of charge, whether it is positive or negative, the efficiency of coagulation increases. For example, if you take Cl minus, SO4 minus 2 and PO4 minus 3 ions, phosphate ion will have higher coagulation capacity compared to sulfate ion or chloride ion, because it carries more quantity of negative charge. Similarly, if you take cations like Na plus, Mg plus 2, Al plus 3, Al plus 3 will have higher coagulation capacity compared to Mg plus 2 or Na plus. So, it is generalized as Hardy and Schulze principle, which says with increase in the magnitude of charge of the coagulating agent, efficiency always increases. Protection of colloidal solutions. Lephobic colloidal solutions in particular are unstable in nature. They are to be stabilized by the addition of suitable lipophilic colloidal solutions, and the process is known as protection of colloidal solution. The protection capacity of a lipophilic colloidal solution is expressed in the form of gold number. The gold number is defined as the quantity of protective colloid in milligrams to be added to 10 ml of gold sol containing 1 ml of brine solution to prevent the process of coagulation is called as gold number. With increase in the gold number value, the efficiency of protective colloid decreases. Among the available protective colloids, gelatin has least gold number value and hence its protection capacity is the highest. Potato starch has highest gold number value and hence its protection capacity is the least. Isoelectric point. Isoelectric point. The charge of a colloidal solution depends on pH value. The pH dependency of a colloidal solution regarding its charge is called as isoelectric point. Above the isoelectric point, the colloid will carry negative charge. Below the isoelectric point, the colloidal solution will carry positive charge. At isoelectric point, the colloidal solution will be neutral and hence on the application of external electrical field, no movement of the colloidal particle takes place. That point, that specific pH value point is called as isoelectric point. For example, gelatin has an isoelectric point value of 4.7. Above 4.7, gelatin carries negative charge. Below 4.7, gelatin colloidal solution carries positive charge. And at a pH of 4.7, the gelatin colloidal solution will be chargeless. This pH value of 4.7 is called as isoelectric point of gelatin. Gels. Gels are a special type of colloidal solutions in which dispersed phase is liquid and dispersion medium is solid. This combination of colloidal solutions are commonly called as gels. These gels are associated with two specific properties. One is called as syneresis and another one is called thixotropy. In the process of syneresis, also called as weeping of the gel, the dispersed phase comes out of the gel. In thixotropy, adsorption of dispersed phase takes place and in that process swelling of the gel happens and that phenomenon is called as thixotropy. Emulsions. Emulsions are also a type of colloidal solutions in which both dispersed phase and dispersion medium are in liquid state. These are classified into two types as water in oil type and oil in water type. In water in oil type of emulsions, dispersed phase will be water and dispersion medium will be oil. Whereas in case of oil in water type, the combination is reversed. Oil will be the dispersed phase and water will be the dispersion medium. Milk is an example for colloidal solution or emulsion in which oil content is dispersed phase, water content is dispersion medium. Cod liver oil is an example of water in oil type of emulsion. In cod liver oil, salt water will act as dispersed phase while the liver oil of the fish cod acts as dispersion medium. All emulsions come under the category of lephobic colloidal solutions and hence these are unstable in nature. The stability of emulsions is increased by the addition of other substances called as emulsifiers or emulsifying agents. The commonly used emulsifiers are agalbumin, soap, urea, carbon tetrachloride, etc. Now let us see some of the questions based on surface chemistry which came in the previous entrance examinations. First question, which of the following is an adsorption process? Given options are chalk dipped in red ink, sponge placed in water, hydrogen gas in contact with platinum, hydrogen gas in contact with palladium. Correct option is C. Hydrogen gas in contact with platinum is an example for adsorption process. In the first option, chalk dipped in red ink, it is an example for sorption. Second option, sponge placed in water is an example for absorption. Hydrogen gas in contact with palladium is an example for occlusion. So, the correct option is C. Hydrogen gas in contact with platinum. Second question, which of the following is not an adsorption process? Given options are A. Hydrogen gas in contact with platinum, hydrogen gas in contact with palladium, acetic acid in contact with charcoal, decolorization of molasses by animal charcoal. The correct option is B. Hydrogen gas in contact with palladium is not an example for adsorption process. Third question, which one of the following is an occlusion process? Given options are A. Hydrogen gas in contact with charcoal, B. Hydrogen gas in contact with palladium, acetic acid in contact with charcoal, D. Sponge placed in water. Correct option is B. Hydrogen gas in contact with palladium is an example for occlusion. Fourth question, which one of the following can act as an adsorbent? Given options are A. Sponge piece, B. Chalk piece, C. Animal charcoal, and D. Molasses. Correct option is C. Animal charcoal. Fifth question, which one of the following cannot act as an adsorbent? Given options are A. Silica gel, B. Chalk piece, C. Animal charcoal, D. Finely divided nickel. Correct option is B, because a chalk piece can adsorb as well as absorb the substances. Hence, it cannot be called as an adsorbent alone. Sixth question, which one of the following is an adsorbate? Given options are A. Silica gel, B. Acetic acid, C. Animal charcoal, D. Finely divided nickel. Correct option is B. Acetic acid. Seventh question, which one of the following process occurs when gases are in contact with finely divided carbon particles? Given options are A. Occlusion, B. Sorption, C. Adsorption, and D. Absorption. Correct option is C. Adsorption. Eighth question, which one of the following is not correct about adsorption process? Given options are surface phenomenon, B. Endothermic process, C. Exothermic process, D. Heterogeneous process. Correct option is B. The process of adsorption is always exothermic in nature, heterogeneous, as well as it is a surface phenomenon. So, correct option is B. Endothermic process is not correct about the process of adsorption. Ninth question, which one of the following is true about adsorption process? Given options are A. Bulk phenomenon, B. Exothermic process, C. Surface phenomenon, D. Homogeneous in nature. Correct option is B. The process of adsorption is always exothermic in nature. 10th question, which of the following is not correct about charcoal? Given options are A. Adsorbent, B. Adsorbate, C. Activated by heating, D. Decolorizes molasses. Correct option is B. It cannot act as adsorbate. 11th question, which one of the following is the characteristic of physical adsorption? Given options are high enthalpy of adsorption, highly specific, monolayered, low activation energy. Correct option is D. Low activation energy. 12th question, Which one of the following is not the characteristic of physical adsorption? Given options are A. Low enthalpy of adsorption, B. Highly specific, C. Multi-layered, D. Reversible. Correct option is B. Physical adsorption is not a specific adsorption. 13th question. Which one of the following is the characteristic of chemical adsorption? Given options are A. High enthalpy of adsorption, B. Non-specific, C. Multi-layered, D. Reversible. Correct option is A. High enthalpy of adsorption. 14th question. Which of the following is not the characteristic of chemical adsorption? Given options are A. Involves chemical forces, B. Highly specific, C. Multi-layered, D. High activation energy. Correct option is C. Multi-layered is not the characteristic of chemical adsorption. 15th question. Which of the following gases adsorbs more on 1 gram of charcoal? Given options are A. Oxygen, B. Ammonia, C. Nitrogen, and D. Hydrogen. Correct option is B. Ammonia, because its critical temperature value is highest among the given options. 16th question. Which one of the following gases adsorbs less on 1 gram of charcoal? Given options are sulfur dioxide, ammonia, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Correct option is C. Nitrogen, because its critical temperature value is the least among the given options. 17th question. Impurities on the surface of charcoal is removed by. Given options are A. Cooling, B. Washing, C. Heating, D. Keeping in vacuum. The correct option is C. By heating in vacuum, impurities on the surface of charcoal can be removed. 18th question. Which one of the following statements is correct? Given options are A. Porous solids possess less surface area, B. Extent of adsorption x by m increases with the increase in the surface area of solid, C. Easily liquefiable gases are adsorbed less, D. Physical adsorption is monolayered at high pressures. Correct option is B. Extent of adsorption increases with the increase in the surface area of adsorbent, that is solid. 19th question. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Given options are A. Chemical adsorption increases with the increase in temperature, physical adsorption is rapid and reversible, chemisorption increases with the increasing pressure of adsorbate, physiosorption is not specific. The correct option is A. Chemical adsorption, even though initially increases with increase in temperature, after some time and finally it decreases with the increase in temperature. 20. The enthalpy of adsorption for chemisorption lies in the range. Given options are 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 400, 400 to 600. Correct option is C. 40 to 400. The enthalpy of adsorption for physisorption lies in the range. Given options are A. 10 to 20, B. 20 to 40, C. 40 to 400, D. 400 to 600. Correct option is B. 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. 22nd question. Which one of the following phenomenon is involved in the separation of inert gases? Given options are physiosorption, chemisorption, adsorption, and occlusion. The correct option is A. Physiosorption. 23rd question. Which of the following has a negligible effect on chemisorption? Given options are A. Temperature, B. Nature of adsorbent, C. Nature of adsorbate, and D. Pressure of the gas. Correct option is B. Nature of adsorbent. 24th question. Which one of the following forces are responsible for physiosorption? Given options are chemical forces, B. Van der Waals forces, C. Covalent forces, D. Electrostatic forces. Correct option is B. In physical adsorption, Van der Waals forces of attraction are involved. 25th question. Which of the following forces are responsible for chemisorption? Given options are A. Chemical forces, B. Van der Waals forces, C. Covalent forces, D. Electrostatic forces. As the name indicates, chemisorption involves development of chemical bond formation between the adsorbate and adsorbent. Hence, correct option is A. Chemical forces. 26th question. The correct order of volumes of the gases methane, sulfur dioxide and hydrogen adsorbed by 1 gram of charcoal is. Given options are A. Methane greater than sulfur dioxide greater than hydrogen, B. Sulfur dioxide greater than methane greater than hydrogen, C. Hydrogen greater than methane greater than sulfur dioxide, D. Sulfur dioxide greater than hydrogen greater than methane. The extent of adsorption of a gas on a specific adsorbent depends on its critical temperature value. With increase in the critical temperature value, extent of adsorption always increases. In the given gases, sulfur dioxide has the highest critical temperature value, followed by methane, followed by hydrogen. Hence, the correct option is B. 27th question. Which one of the following equation correctly represents Freundlich adsorption isotherm? Given options are A. m by x is equal to Kp power 1 by n, B. x by m is equal to p power 1 by n, C. x by m is equal to Kp power 1 by n, and D. x by m is equal to Kp. Correct option is C. X by m is equal to Kp power 1 by n. 28th question. Which one of the following graph correctly represents the variation of extent of adsorption x by m with the pressure of the gas P? Correct option is B. 29th question. The enthalpy of physiosorption is. Given options are less than that of chemisorption, more than that of chemisorption, a positive quantity, equal to that of chemisorption. Correct option is A. The enthalpy of physiosorption is always less than that of chemisorption. 30th question. The enthalpy of chemisorption is. Given options are less than that of physiosorption, more than that of physiosorption, positive quantity, equal to that of physiosorption. The correct option is B. Chemisorption enthalpy value is always more than that of physiosorption. 31st question. Which of the following graph correctly represents the variation of extent of adsorption with the pressure of the gas? Correct option is C. 32nd question. The graph drawn between log x by m versus log p is a straight line. The slope and intercept of the graph respectively are. Given options are A. 1 by n and log k, B. Log k and 1 by n, n and k, k and n. Correct option is A. Slope of the graph represents 1 by n value and intercept gives log k value. 33. Freundlich isotherm for the adsorption of solute from the solution is x by m is equal to Kc power 1 by n. The term C refers to. Given options are A. Concentration of adsorbent before adsorption, concentration of adsorbate before adsorption, concentration of adsorbate at equilibrium, concentration of adsorbent at equilibrium. Correct option is C. Concentration of adsorbate at equilibrium. 34th question. Which one of the following postulate of Langmuir adsorption theory is not true? Given options are A. The adsorption is confined to monolayer. Adsorption is an equilibrium process. Rate of evaporation is directly proportional to area uncovered. Rate of condensation is directly proportional to area uncovered. The correct option is A. The adsorption is confined to monolayer because it is multi-layered in case of physical adsorption. 35th question. The equation for Langmuir adsorption isotherm is. Given options are A. x by m is equal to Kp power 1 by n, x by m is equal to Bp by A, C. x by m is equal to Ap into 1 plus Bp, D. x by m is equal to Kp by 1 plus Bp. Correct option is D. 36th question. Which one of the following is true about the effect of temperature on adsorption? Given options are physisorption increases with the rise in temperature, B. Chemisorption decreases with rise in temperature, C. At 463 K of nitrogen gas undergoes chemisorption on iron, at 723 K nitrogen undergoes chemisorption on iron. Correct option is D. 37th question. Which one of the following statement is not true? Given options are freshly prepared metal hydroxides are good adsorbing agents. Activated charcoal is used in cane sugar industry. At 723 K nitrogen undergoes chemisorption on iron. Le Chatelier principle is not applicable to adsorption. Correct option is D. 38th question. Which one of the following graph represents variation of extent of adsorption with temperature on physiosorption? Correct option is B. 39th question. Which one of the graph represents variation of extent of adsorption with temperature for chemisorption? Correct option is B. 40. Which of the following statement is correct? Given options are log x by m versus p is a straight line with negative slope, B. Log x by m versus p is a straight line passing through the origin, C. X by m versus t is inverted V shape for physiosorption, D. X by m versus t is inverted V shape for chemisorption. Correct option is D. 41. Which of the following is not explained by adsorption process? A. Cleansing action of soap, B. Catalysis, removal of colored impurities, hydrogenation of oils. Correct option is D. Hydrogenation of oils. 42nd question. 50 ml of 0.2 m acetic acid solution consists of 50 into 0.2 by 1000 moles of acetic acid. At equilibrium, the concentration is reduced from 0.2 to 0.1 m. Therefore, number of moles of acetic acid at equilibrium is 50 into 0.1 by 1000. That means the difference in number of moles have been adsorbed on the surface of charcoal. The difference is 0.005 moles. In terms of weight, it is multiplied with 60, that is 0.05 into 6 or 0.3 grams. Extent of adsorption is calculated as x by m. X value, now we have to take 0.3, m value is 1. So 0.3 is the answer. So in the given options, correct option is C. 43. Which one of the following is not the characteristic of a catalyst? Given options are: it can initiate a reaction, it is not consumed in the reaction, it helps to attain the equilibrium of a reversible reaction quickly, D, it is chemically unchanged. Correct option is A. Catalyst cannot initiate a reaction, it can only alter the rate of reaction. 44. Which of the following is true about a characteristic of a catalyst? Given options are: A, it can initiate a reaction, it is not consumed in the reaction, C, it helps to attain the equilibrium of a reversible reaction quickly, D, its composition is changed. Correct option is C. It helps to attain the equilibrium of a reversible reaction in a quick manner. 45th question. Which of the following acts as a poison for finely divided iron in the preparation of ammonia from nitrogen and hydrogen? Given options are: arsenic oxide, nitric oxide, hydrogen sulfide and molybdenum. Correct option is C, hydrogen sulfide. 46. Which of the following acts as a poison for platinum catalyst in the preparation of sulfur trioxide from sulfur dioxide? Given options are: arsenic oxide, manganese, hydrogen sulfide and molybdenum. Correct option is A, arsenic oxide. 47. Which one of the following acts as a promoter for iron catalyst in the �𝗵𝗵 process for ammonia synthesis? Given options are: arsenic oxide, manganese, hydrogen sulfide and D, molybdenum. Correct option is D, molybdenum. 48th question. Loss of activity of catalyst due to the presence of harmful substances present in the reaction is. Given options are: negative catalysis, autocatalysis, catalytic poisoning, positive catalysis. Correct option is C, catalytic poisoning. 49th question. In which of the following the intermediate product formed in the reaction functions as a catalyst? Given options are: A, synthesis of ammonia, B, oxidation of oxalic acid, C, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, D, hydrogenation of oils. The question is based on the concept of autocatalysis. Correct option is B, oxidation of oxalic acid. 50. Which of the following acts as autocatalyst in potassium permanganate oxalic acid reaction? Given options are: Mn plus 2, Mn plus 4, SO4 minus 2, Mn plus 7. Correct option is A, Mn plus 2. 51. A substance which reduces the rate of reaction is. Given options are: A, negative catalyst, B, autocatalyst, C, promoter, D, positive catalyst. Correct option is A, negative catalyst. 52. Which of the following acts as a negative catalyst for the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide? Given options are: oxygen, water, glycerol and starch. Correct option is C, glycerol. 53. A substance which increases the activity of a catalyst is. Given options are: promoter, autocatalyst, inhibitor, positive catalyst. Correct option is A, promoter. 54. In which of the following processes one of the intermediate product formed in the reaction acts as a catalyst? Given options are: negative catalysis, autocatalysis, catalytic poisoning, positive catalysis. Correct option is B, autocatalysis. 55. Which one of the following reaction is an autocatalytic reaction? Given options are decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, decomposition of arsine, hydrolysis of ester, synthesis of ammonia. Correct option is B, decomposition of arsine. 56th question. Which of the following lose their catalytic activity at high temperature? Given options are metals, metal hydroxides, biological catalysts, D, charcoal. Correct option is C, biological catalysts or enzymes lose their activity at high temperature. 57th question. The products of the reaction carbon monoxide plus 3 moles of hydrogen in the presence of nickel catalyst is. Correct option is A, formaldehyde and methane. 58th question. The products of the reaction between carbon monoxide and hydrogen in the presence of copper as a catalyst is. Correct option is C, methane and water vapor. 59. Which one of the following is true about a homogeneous catalytic reaction? Given options are catalyst and reactants are in same physical state. An intermediate compound is formed between reactant and catalyst. An adsorption complex is formed between reactant and catalyst. Haber's synthesis of ammonia in the presence of iron is an example. Correct option is A. 60. Which one of the following is not true about a homogeneous catalysis reaction? Catalyst and reactants are in same physical state. An intermediate compound is formed between reactant and catalyst. An adsorption complex is formed between reactant and catalyst. D, hydrolysis of ester in the presence of acid is an example. Correct option is C. 61. Which one of the following is true about a heterogeneous catalysis reaction? Catalyst and reactant are in same physical state. An intermediate compound is formed between reactant and catalyst. An adsorption complex is formed between reactant and catalyst. Inversion of sucrose in the presence of mineral acid is an example. Correct option is C. 62. Which of the following is not true about a heterogeneous catalysis reaction? Given options are catalyst and reactants are in different physical states. An intermediate compound is formed between reactant and catalyst. An adsorption complex is formed between reactant and catalyst. Inversion of sucrose in the presence of mineral acid is an example. Correct option is D. 63. Which one of the following belongs to homogeneous catalysis reaction? In the given options, correct option is A, because for a homogeneous catalysis reaction, reactant and catalyst should be in the same physical state. 64. Which of the following belongs to heterogeneous catalysis reaction? Among the given options, correct option is C. For a heterogeneous catalysis reaction, the reactant and catalyst should differ in their physical states. 65th question. Which one of the following is true about the reaction 2SO2 plus O2 gives 2SO3? Given options are it is a heterogeneous catalyzed reaction. B, an intermediate compound is formed between reactant and catalyst. C, AS2O3 functions as poison for catalyst. D, an adsorption complex is formed between reactant and catalyst. The correct option is B. 66. Which of the following is not true about the reaction? Given options are it is heterogeneous catalyzed reaction. An intermediate NO2 is formed. H2S functions as a poison for catalyst. An intermediate compound is formed between a reactant and a catalyst. Correct option is A. 68th. Which of the following is not true about the reaction? Given reaction is oxidation of carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide in the presence of nitric oxide. Among the given options, correct option is A. It is heterogeneous catalyzed reaction is not true for the said equation. 69. Which of the following is correct about Haber's synthesis of ammonia? Given options are, it is homogeneous catalyzed reaction. Arsenic oxide functions as a poison for catalyst. H2S functions as a poison for catalyst. Platinum is not consumed. Correct option is C. 70. Which of the following is not correct about Haber's synthesis of ammonia? Given options are, it is a homogeneous catalyzed reaction. Molybdenum acts as promoter. Arsenic oxide functions as a poison for catalyst. Iron is used as a catalyst. Correct option is A. 71. Which of the following is a liquid phase reaction? Given options are Haber's synthesis, decomposition of arsine, inversion of sucrose, hydrogenation of olefins. Correct option is C. Inversion of sucrose. 72. Which of the following is a gas phase reaction? Given options are Haber's synthesis, decomposition of ammonia, hydrogen acts as an autocatalyst, hydrolysis of ester. Correct option is A. 73. Which of the following is true about the reaction arsine gives arsine plus hydrogen? Correct. Given options are, it is a disproportionation reaction. Arsenic formed acts as an autocatalyst. Hydrogen acts as an autocatalyst. Arsenic undergoes oxidation. Correct option is B. Arsenic formed acts as an autocatalyst. 74. Which of the following is not true about the decomposition of arsine? Given options are, it is a disproportionation reaction. Arsenic formed acts as an autocatalyst. Hydrogen acts as an autocatalyst. Hydrogen undergoes oxidation. Correct option is C. 75. Which of the following is true about decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in the presence of manganese dioxide? Given options are, it is a homogeneous catalyzed reaction. Rate of decomposition is reduced by the addition of glycerol. Manganese dioxide functions as a poison for platinum. Platinum functions as a poison for manganese dioxide. Correct option is B. Rate of decomposition is reduced by the addition of glycerol. 76. Which of the following is not true about the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide catalyzed by platinum? Given options are, it is homogeneous catalyzed reaction. Rate of decomposition is reduced by the addition of glycerol. Products of decomposition are oxygen and water. Manganese dioxide functions as a poison for platinum. The correct option is A. 77. Which of the following is true about the hydrolysis of ethyl acetate? Given options are, it is heterogeneous catalyzed reaction. Methanol is one of the product. It is catalyzed by mineral acids. It does not occur with OH minus ions. Correct option is C. 78. Which one of the following is not true about the hydrolysis of ethyl acetate? Given options are, it is heterogeneous catalyzed reaction. Acetic acid is one of the product. It is homogeneous catalyzed reaction. It doesn't occur with OH minus ions. Correct option is A. 79. Which one of the following substance is a crystalloid? Given options are gelatin, glue, sugar, gum arabic. Correct option is C. 80. Which of the following substance is a colloid? Given options are sodium chloride, sugar, urea and agar. Correct option is D. Agar. 81. The size of the dispersed phase in a colloidal solution is. Given options are less than 1 millimicron, more than 1 micron, less than 10 power minus 9 meters, D 1 millimicron to 1 micron. Correct option is D. 82. Which of the following statement is correct? Given options are colloidal systems are homogeneous, true solutions are heterogeneous, the size of colloidal particle in solution is of the order of 1 millimicron to 1 micron, particle size in a true solution is greater than 1 millimicron. Correct option is C. 83. Which of the following is correct about a true solution? Given options are particle size is more than 1 millimicron, diffusion of particles through a membrane is fast, exhibit Tyndall effect, solution is opaque. Correct option is B. 84. Which of the following is not correct about a true solution? Particle size is less than 1 millimicron, diffusion of particles through a membrane is fast, exhibit Tyndall effect, solution is very clear. Correct option is C. 85. Which of the following is not correct about a colloidal solution? Particle size of the dispersed phase is 1 millimicron to 1 micron, diffusion of particles through a membrane is slow, separation of solute from dispersion medium is possible, homogeneous system. Correct option is D. 86. Which of the following is true about a colloidal solution? Given options are particle size is less than 1 millimicron, diffusion of particle through a membrane is fast, exhibit Tyndall effect, solution is very clear. Correct option is C. 87. Which of the following is a hydrosol? Given options are milk, cloud, gel, smoke. Correct option is A. Milk. Which of the following is a 𝗂𝗶𝗍𝗃 sol? Given options are starch, gold, gelatin, albumin. Correct option is B. 89. Which of the following is a 𝗂𝗵𝗃 sol? Given options are potato starch, gold sol, hydrated alumina, cadmium sulfide. Correct option is A. Potato starch. 90. In which of the following colloidal solutions albuminoidal substances are dispersed in water? Among the given options, correct option is D. 91. In which of the following colloidal solution dispersion medium is water? Among the given options, correct option is B. Milk. 92. In which of the following colloidal solution dispersion medium is air? Among the given options, correct option is B. Cloud. 93. In which of the following colloidal solution solid is the dispersion medium? Among the given options, the correct option is C. 94. Which of the following is true about smoke? Given options are dispersion medium is solid, dispersed phase is gas, carbon is dispersed phase, gas in solid type of colloid. Correct option is C. In smoke, dispersed phase is carbon, dispersion medium is air. 95. Which of the following is not true about smoke? Given options are dispersion medium is gas, dispersed phase is solid, carbon is dispersed phase, gas in solid type of colloid. So, correct option is D. 96. Which of the following is not a stable colloid? Given options are starch solution, blood, milk and copper salt. Lephobic colloidal solutions are unstable while lephophilic are stable in nature. Among the given options, D is the correct answer. 97. Which of the following is a stable colloid? Among the given options, B, blood. 98. A colloidal solution of solid in gas is. Among the given options, correct option is A, smoke. 99. In which of the following liquid fat is dispersed in water? Among the given options, correct option is C. In milk, liquid fat is the dispersed phase, water is the dispersion medium. 100th question. Smoke is a colloidal solution of. Given options are gas in solid, solid in gas, liquid in gas, liquid in solid. Correct option is B, solid in gas. Dear students, in this topic named surface tension, we have discussed in detail about the concepts of adsorption, colloidal solutions and catalysis, followed by some of the previous entrance examination questions.